It's not the sexy outfit. It is not your trendy new makeup style. It's not your volumized hair that make you hot. Sure, it'll turn head. Sure, it'll get you some attention. But it's just on the surface. If you open your mouth and your look doesn't match, it's like seeing a food billboard on the road and it looks so nice, so colorful, vibrant, but you ate it already. It's not that good. Just like that, hot is now having a much deeper definition to it. Emotional intelligence. Why would emotional intelligence consider hot? What about somebody who is not emotionally intelligent? Can they change that? Fortunately, emotional intelligence is a skill that you can build. Although only 36% of the population have emotional intelligence, we can achieve this ability. Hi, it's your soul sister Delilah. As usual, here are the chapters. Let's dive right in. Let's talk about why emotional intelligence is hot. Study shows that 80% of emotional intelligent people are great influence to their success. Let's go back to my example earlier. Have you ever encountered somebody looking so fabulous, gorgeous, turning every head whenever they walk into the room, but the minute that they open their mouth, something is just not right? You automatically feel turned off. Your impression about them changed 180 degrees. On the other hand, you can hear a voice and you can pay attention to the way someone reacts. Turn the volume up, please. You just feel so drawn into the person and the way they express themselves, the way they deal with situation that is being thrown to them. You feel a magnetic attraction. You want to listen to what they have to express and you want to gain the knowledge that they've gained. You start to find them so mesmerizing. You want to get to know them more. You want to be around them. That is a person with emotional intelligence. It's not about their look. Now, just because I said it's not about their look, that doesn't mean that they would, not brush their hair and wear one pants higher than the other and one black sock, one yellow sock, or they look like they just came from zombie apocalypse. An emotional intelligent person would be very aware and not letting themselves show up as someone like that. I'm not saying that they need to look like a movie star or model, but they will be clean, well-groomed, yet very comfortable in their appearance. Let's be honest, pretty privilege is real. Regardless you want to accept it or not, regardless you like it or not. There are 3 C's to determine the character of an emotional intelligent person. The first one is consciousness, self-aware. So there are 2 types of self-aware, the inner self-awareness and the outer self-awareness. Awareness is the ability to be in tune with themselves and others, to pay attention to their senses, motivation, triggers, actions, reaction, thoughts, feelings. A person with self-awareness will stand their ground. They will not make other people's problem or emergency their own. Let's say they are with somebody who is very jumpy, acting emotional. They will not let that affect them because they will hold their own ground. But they do have the compassion for the person at the same time. We will go detail into it later. They understand projection. They don't take anything too hard when somebody project themselves at them. And they can acknowledge when they are projecting their problem into others and use their awareness to stop themselves. They have the right amount of balance. They know how to take ownership for their own problems and emotion. For example, I think it's so sexy for a man, or it should be a man on this case, text his partner, "We are going here tonight. I would like for you to dress up. We are spending the night there at this place and I'm taking you to this concert." It's the ability to speak up and knowing what they want, make them so incredibly sexy instead of, "What do you want to do?" "I don't know. You tell me." You can do that here and there sometime when you really just want to relax, but a lot of time you want to take control of your own ship. They are very open to feedback and opinions. They don't block others people's of the opinions. They will take constructive criticism without flipping and changing themselves to the point that they are no longer recognize themselves. They understand the power of being confident, so they will do whatever it takes to work on their confidence. They understand the power of being disciplined and motivated. Do what it takes to motivate themselves, continue to learn, to train themselves to become better, to level up, and to keep themselves interesting. They will adopt new hobbies, new habits that are in line with their growth and purpose. Their ambition, thrive of learning, always surprise others. They are very good with their self-regulation. They know how to control and master their emotion, not the other way around. I understand that this is not easy for a lot of us, especially with the environment, experience in life, all the triggers and the childhood wound. But if you are willing to work at it, it takes time and it takes a lot of practice, but it can all happen. You can see someone that stay calm during the storm and they always have such a calm attitude. It takes a lot of training and work for them to get to that level. Anything is possible. It was so hard for me at first, but because I know that's my problem, I take in my self-awareness to control my emotion. I've made a video about this. I will link it in the end of this video. They do what it takes to get themselves out from the victim mindset. They don't people please, although they're very compassionate and very loving. They are very connected to people. They are not passive. They're very direct with what they want and expressing in polite way. They own their shit. They don't point fingers. They don't blame. Think about it. You might meet somebody and you think the person is pretty much people please you and everybody around. It might seem like, oh, a person is so kind, so nice at first, but imagine being in a relationship with them and all they do is spend their time people pleasing everybody else and they don't love themselves. That's not hot to you, right? So a person needs to have the right balance. They understand that they are not their feelings. They know that thoughts create reality, but thinking will keep you behind. Just think about it. A person who always thinking, always in their own mind, that is when they are not in the flow. I've noticed when I'm happiest, it's when I'm not thinking. So a person with emotional intelligence will know when to stop thinking and enjoying the moment. The second C is compassion. They have the ability to put themselves in others' shoes. They know how to think from another perspective. This is the only type of projection I would suggest for you to do. You don't have to agree with it, but it's such a power to understand where people are coming from. Because people yearn to be understood. Learn to listen more and talk less. Be there for others. Do volunteer work. Donate whatever you can. People really love people who make them feel heard and understood. And I'm not trying to tell you to do it in a fake way. So when you communicate and talk to someone, I want you to fully pay attention to the person. An emotional, intelligent person isn't the person who always about themselves and their own need. They know how to balance things right. Don't ask when it's not needed. Don't give your opinion when it's not asked for. Don't critique when the person is not ready for it. It's just, how do you say it? It's beyond being polite. Sometimes all people need is just space, somebody to listen to, or not even, just be there for them. And they can just cry. And if they don't want to talk about it, don't force them. If you want to genuinely care and not crossing people's boundary at the same time. When somebody talks to you to express how they feel, even if you want to cut them halfway and you don't agree with what they have to say, an emotional, intelligent person would sit back and allow person to express themselves. Even when they say something so wrong, like the sky is red. Obviously, the sky is not red, but that's their perception. So you allow them to express themselves and talk and say all they need to say. Then you can step in and speak your opinion. That is the right way to respect someone. You don't have to agree with people, but understand where they are coming from. The more of an emotional intelligence you are, the less you are likely to try to change people or situation. You can't change your parents being that way since they give birth to you, and you can't change the environment. You can't change people for thinking the way they do. But what you can change is you can change yourself. You can adapt so that you don't feel triggered, so that you can always keep your own peace and calm in the middle of the storm, no matter where it's come from. Wow, that just rhymed really good right there. Okay, the third C is connected. Please, no excuse. Get to know people. I am a big introvert, and I bet you can't even see it in the video.
introvert be like?
Okay, they have a party, but they don't want to invite me. I see. Yay! Why would they invite me for?
I get really socially awkward in public. But I train myself to the point that if I'm stepping into a space and there are many people, I will just talk to the person next to me. I would just find commentary, similar hobbies or habit or belief and carry on a conversation, not just with them, but just anybody that come my way. Matter of fact, I come their way. I introduce myself. It will make you look so attractive and so confident where people will be drawn into you. Not just standing in the corner awkwardly staring left and right like, what am I doing here? Save me. If you pay attention, you can learn from anyone. So be humble and connect to people. You don't know everything, even though you think you do. When I was in my 20s, I went out with this guy. He was good looking. I believe he was an engineer. But I could not bear to have a conversation with him for more than 30 minutes. And I tried because I can tell that he's a nice guy, but he was so lack of emotional intelligence that he did not know what to say to me. Okay, so I was wearing a cover-up shirt and he was staring at my chest and I was confused because I'm not showing anything, so why are you staring? I was pretty direct. I asked him, excuse me, my eyes up here? I noticed you just look right here, like what are you staring at? And this is the first thing he said to me. Oh, sorry, I've been in the library all my life. I don't know how to react around beautiful women. And my dad told me that people don't like it when you look at them in the eye so much. So that's why I'm trying to look elsewhere. And then I stopped because in my head, I'm like, well, you didn't really look elsewhere. You were looking at my chest and I'm not even showing anything. So I'm confused. But yeah, there's no connection. I could not really communicate with him. Therefore, you need to learn how to communicate. Communicate is the key to become emotional intelligent. Always look at the people around you and the experience you have at either blessing or lesson. Then you will be less annoyed that you have to spend time with them if you're always looking to learn something. For that case about that day, I obviously learned what I don't want in a man, or I learned that people need to work on their emotional intelligence. You need to be open-minded to others' feedback, opinions, idea, and perspective. Culture different. When you teach yourself of so much knowledge all around the world, you can walk into any room and you can start conversation with anyone. Everyone will be so amazed and they want to be around you because you are easy to talk to. You have so much knowledge. You don't just live in your own bubble. And I want you to genuinely care. When you talk to people, the more you care and the more you pay attention, the more you can observe the information and you can repeat it. You can learn it. Just like when you're reading a book and listen to a podcast, it can go in one ear and go out the other, or it can really stay in here. The choice is yours. Learn how to be a team player. Have you ever been on a group traveling or anything and there's someone just don't know how to play with the team and it's irritate the crap out of you? Yeah, you don't want to be that person. You want it to be considerate, not just think about yourself all the time, especially when you are in a group setting. And of course, to be connected to people, you need to learn to gain your confidence. I will make a video about that very soon. Maybe the next one. I know I keep talking about it. If I want to make a video, I want to make sure that it works. It's not just collecting information or speaking from my point of view. Let's talk about how to build emotional intelligence. I'm sure within the session that I've been talking about, you already learned a thing or two, but let me make it even more detailed. So the first one, how do you raise your consciousness? Work on your awareness. Meditate, journal. Do you know how crazy journal can change you as a person? Because you cannot distinguish a thought or understand a thought unless you write it down on paper. By doing that, you understand yourself more and you release a lot of emotion. Pay attention to your surrounding. Let's say wherever you go or when you're coming into a party, pay attention to everything and everyone around you. Read the room. Just like that, pay attention to your thought. If you are being judgmental, if you're accusing, blaming others, and ask yourself, is this coming from love? Is it really serving my highest good? And always ask, will a person who loves herself have this kind of thought? Next thing is to release your emotion the right way. Instead of screaming, yelling, throwing stuff across the room. To be honest, when you're yelling, no one can hear you. And it just Kill your attractiveness. Be conscious enough to own your shit. No victim mindset, no point finger. Don't let overthinking take over your life and take away from your happiness. Work on your ego and turn it to a healthy ego so it can serve you, not harm you. If you lose patience and calm during a process or doing a project, I want you to remind yourself this. Fast success will build your ego, and slow success or win will build your character. And we are focusing on building our character here. Compassion. Learn how to let people talk, to understand where they're coming from. Learn to listen. Don't fight to talk, even if you are a boss. You want people to respect you, not because, hey, you need to respect me, but more like it's coming from the inside of them. I used to run a team before, so I know I went from being a people pleaser to you need to respect me, and it doesn't work that way. Your worker need to feel like they are being heard. As much as you are a boss and you want to focus on your own work and build your company, your team will determine your success. Let them express themselves, share their perspective, be considerate and open-minded, and give people full attention when they talk. Don't just brush it off, just be on your phone and turning your body away from them. Arrogant is a turn off. Don't force people into your belief. I've done it before. I know people have done it. It's just so uncomfortable to be around people like that. No one wants to be forced to believe in something that they don't feel that they are ready for it, even if it's good for them. Stop projecting and stop trying to control others. Have compassion to yourself first. So watch the way you talk to yourself, watch your language, watch your thoughts, because however you think about yourself, it will definitely reflect to the outside and your energy, and that's how people will treat you upon how you are treating yourself. Always lead with love. Okay, so the next one is connected. Work on your people skills. Stop making excuse that you are an introvert, that you are shy. I was there too, okay? If I can do it, you can do it. Speak up, speak your opinion, even if you feel so uncomfortable. Have a voice. It's so attractive when somebody have a voice of their own. Have the respect for yourself. Don't let people push you around. Introduce yourself in a group. Find similarity. Express your humor. Show your goofiness. Be unique. Learn how to be confident. Respect others. You want to gain respect? Give respect. Learn to give. There's someone mentioned to me that she cannot have good bridesmaid. No one's doing the work for her, and same with her husband. She's complaining that people are all by themselves. But I asked her one thing, and it got her thinking. Have you ever done anything for your bridesmaid and groom man? Have you ever go out of your way for them? Because I know plenty of people do not have problems with the bridesmaid and groom man helping them or go all out for them. I went all out for my friend's engagement and make almost 100 burgers for her. I've done that in the past because she's done that to me. If you don't give, don't expect to take. Sorry, life doesn't work that way. Be generous. The more you give, the more you get. I'm a strong believer in that. Be inspired and allow people to inspire you. You don't know everything and anything. Always open to learn and look up to others. I hope I've made my point clear that being emotional intelligent is your heart power, and it should be the new trend of heart. You can't change the world, but if you start by changing yourself, and you can inspire more people to change, that is how you change the world. Sending you so much love and encouragement to level up and build your emotional intelligence. See you in the next video. Oh, and if you like this video, watch this one next. It will help you deal with your intense emotion and outbursts so that you can become emotional intelligent. See you in the next video. Bye bye.